Ladies and gentlemen, when the judge comes in, I'm gonna ask back to myself, all right? Stand up, and, to let you know. Done. All right.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? How's the audio? Are you guys getting static? Welcome to a brand new episode of You Have a Collect Call From. Let's see what it is. Yeah. You can hear me or you got static or both? You good. All right. All right. Welcome everybody. What up, Kim? What up, Purple_lady? What up, Frankie G? What up, Shannon? Let me see what else is in here up in the collect call courtroom. Hey, what up, Jeanette coming in from the UK? It's 404.
All right, good morning. This is Commissioner Elizabeth Campbell, and I am Commissioner Campbell, and this is the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar for April 15th, 2025.
Is that today?
The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. Persons appearing today are reminded that they have the right to remain silent and that anything they say could be used against them. Most of you have qualified for a court-appointed attorney. If you have not, or even if you have, you can retain an attorney at your own expense. I will be calling you up individually on each of your matters. At the conclusion of your hearing, I will be asking that you step to the left, and the officer will have your paperwork for you, which will have all of the written information for you about my orders today. We're going to go ahead and start with Michael Squires, and then we are
what, Your Honor?
Hold on. Oh, somebody.
All right.
Yeah. And then we are going to move to Jonathan Valdez.
Jonathan Valdez, you say, Your Honor?
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Any relation to Juan Valdez? Crime.
All right, go ahead, state your name for the record, please.
Michael Ryan Squires, date of birth 8/30/98.
Thank you. And you are here today on two matters. Your first matter is following your arrest yesterday on charges of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony.
Thank you for that.
Did find probable cause for both of those violations. In this new matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting 3 hearings in your new matter. The first one is on April 21st at 8:30 a.m. The second one is on April 22nd at 1:30 p.m. And the third one is on April 24th at 8:30 a.m. Because these new violations were committed while you were on felony release in another matter, I am holding you non-bondable in this new case.
What up, Tonka?
In addition to your new case, you also have a bench warrant out for your arrest for failure to appear in your case 2025-111299. You should already have had an attorney appointed for you in your existing case, and I'm setting 2 hearings in that case. The first one is April 21st at 8:30, and the second one is April 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the failure to appear case in the amount of $250. However, as I mentioned, I am holding you non-bondable today in your new case. So go ahead, step
So
one.
even if I pay that bond for the failure appeal, I won't get out?
Nope, because you're non-bondable.
Well, Your Honor, I got like work and stuff and kids.
All right, Jonathan Valdez and then Ethel Lee Welliver.
I cannot make the rules. You know what I'm saying? And we got this Edgar right here.
Valdez, good morning. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Jonathan Gaitan Valdez,
And Mr. Valdez, what is your date of birth?
December 19, 2006.
Thank you. And Mr. Valdez, you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on for violations of armed robbery with a deadly weapon, a Class 2 felony committed on or about March 25th of 25, aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony also committed on or about March 25th of 2025, carrying a deadly weapon under 21 years of age, a Class 3 misdemeanor committed on or about April 14th of 25, and possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony committed on or about April 14th of 2025. Did find probable cause for all of those violations, and I am appointing you an attorney. I am setting hearings in your case on April 21st at 8:30 and April 24th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your matter in the amount of $75,000. In the event that you are able to post that bond, you will be subject to certain pretrial services to include ankle monitoring. Again, in the event that you are able to post that bond, you may not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. Go ahead, step to the left. Officer will have your paperwork for you. Ethel Lee Welliver, please.
What that about to do? Hey, what up? What up, C1? How's it
And then
going?
we're going to have Jeremiah Reyes.
Hey, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Daily Heart. I missed what his
Ms.
charges
Welliver,
were.
go ahead, state your name for the record. Ethel Lee Welliver. And Ms. Welliver, what is your date of birth?
10/29/1963.
On robbery?
Thank you. And you are here today following your arrest yesterday for aggravated assault, a class 2 felony. I did find probable cause for that. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting 2 hearings in your case, the first on April 21st at 8:30 and the second one on April 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your matter in the amount of $10,000. In the event that you are able to post that bond, you may not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. I think that you two live together, but you may not go back even if it's your residence. One civil standby with law enforcement is permitted to collect your
why?
Okay.
Drop
Go
one,
ahead,
flush
step to the
one.
left.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I am supposed to be in chemo the week of the 21st.
All right, I have appointed you an attorney. You're going to need to talk to your attorney about scheduling, okay?
Okay, and that's all in here?
The information that is available at this point, I'm not sure if they know who your attorney is going to be, but the available information at this point is in that paperwork for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Jeremiah Reyes and then Beth Roseborough.
So you guys see, I don't discriminate. I do not discriminate.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Jeremiah Elias Reyes,
And Mr. Reyes, what is your date of birth?
6/14/2001.
Thank you. And you are here on an arrest warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court on a direct complaint. And that direct complaint alleges that on or about October 17, 2024, you were involved in a violation of misconduct involving weapons, a class 4 felony. I am, for purposes of appointing you an attorney based upon the information you provided, determining that you are not indigent, but you are welcome and you have the right to retain an attorney at your own expense. I am setting hearings on April 21st at 8:30 a.m. and April 24th at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $10,000. You are on probation, according to my information, in a different case. So you will need to contact, if you post that bond and secure your release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 24 hours. Okay, go ahead, step to the left. Officer has your paperwork for you.
Question.
Sir.
I'm unbondable for the probation though, right?
I don't have your, so I have the direct complaint information. I'm not showing it as a violation of your probation, but that's still hold on, let me look. Make sure I'm giving you the right.
So it depends if it's a misdemeanor or a felony. If they get a felony, then they're going to get a lawyer. If it's a misdemeanor, no lawyer for them, if you will. If you don't know what a misdemeanor or a felony is, misdemeanor is a lower category of an offense. A felony, it's more serious, if you will, like a robbery or mayhem.
Looks like you're in probation revocation proceeding.
Kidnapping.
In your 23 case,
Whose job?
and then
I'm the commentator, if you will. What up, Lexi RN? Hey, thank you for that daily heart. Appreciate those daily heart, guys. They're not
Also
required, but they are
probation
highly
in
appreciated,
your
if you will.
17 case.
Let me see. What's the commentary's real
The
job?
information that I have, the
this?
direct complaint is recommending a bond of $10,000 secured, and I am going to affirm that today. You may get page 2'd on the other ones
Be
while you're in
quiet.
custody, but I just don't
Just
have
hold
that
on.
yet.
Let me
So
go ahead and fix
go
you
ahead,
up,
step
Just.
to the left.
I
I'm gonna
got
go
something
with what
for
I
you.
have
You
so
know
far.
what? My apologies, Just, for messing up your viewing experience here. You have a collect call for. Oh man, come on, come on, Lexi. You let me do the honors, if you will. Yeah. Anybody else? You guys got any other comments?
Okay. All right, Beth Rosenberg, please. And then Lynn Augustin.
Oh,
I'm
she's
sorry.
cold. She needs a
You were
sweater.
probably there the entire time, and I apologize. Ma'am, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Beth Roseborough,
And Ms. Roseborough, what is your date of birth?
4/29/90.
All right, and you are here today on 4 matters. So we're going to go ahead and talk about your new matter. First, you were arrested yesterday on charges of narcotic drug possession, a class 4 felony, and possession of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony. I am finding probable cause on the narcotic drug possession, the class 4 felony, but I'm not finding probable cause on the possession of dangerous drugs. That doesn't mean that those allegations are dismissed, and a formal complaint may still be filed with the dangerous drug possession violation as well as the narcotic drug possession. But for purposes of today's hearing, I am finding probable cause on just the narcotic drug possession, a class 4 felony. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting 2 hearings in your case. The first one on April 21st at 8:30, and the second one on April 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your new case in the amount of $750.
So no parole hearings today. They're kind of clamping down on me.
So you also have 3 other cases.
Wow.
You have in which warrants for your arrest based upon allegations that you violated your probation have been issued. Let's talk about your CR 2019-112345 case. Actually, let me back up. On all 3 probation violation cases, I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting hearings on April 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. In your CR 2019-112345 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. In your CR 2019-145981 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. In your CR 2023-133586 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $900. So that is a total secured appearance bond of $2,900 in all 3 cases. If you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Go ahead, step to the left. All right, Lynn Augustin, please.
Welcome everybody to You Have a Collect Call from.
Good morning, Mr. Augustin. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Yeah, Lynn Brian Augustin, date of birth April 5th, 1962.
Okay, you are here on 2 matters. You are here on a new case, but you're also here because the Superior Court issued a warrant based upon a probation violation.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about the probation violation first. This is a warrant in your case, CR 2008-007339. And in
Yeah,
that
I hear
case,
that.
I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting hearings on April 22nd at 8:30 at the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Probation violation matter, I am setting a bond in the secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,000. If you're able to post that bond, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours, okay? All right, now you are also here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, a class 4
Maricopa,
felony.
thank you for that,
For
Daily Heart.
purposes of today's proceeding, based upon the limited information that I have in front of me, I am not finding probable cause for this new violation. Although I'm not finding probable cause, does not mean that these allegations, that the new allegations are dismissed, and you must still attend your scheduled court dates, which I'll give you in a minute,
Phoenix, yep.
because formal charges may nonetheless be filed on the April 14th drug charges, okay?
Yes.
All right. On the April 14th drug charges, I am appointing you an attorney. I am setting
you got the stickers?
2 hearings.
You're welcome.
In that case.
I've been
the
emailing.
first on April 30th at 8:30 and the second one on May 2nd at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In the event that you are able to secure your release,
all right, cool, nice.
because I know there's a bond in your probation case, don't forget to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All right, go ahead, step to the left. I'll prepare your paperwork for you. Xavier Howard, please, and then Carlos Macias Armenta.
Are bell bottoms back in fashion? He was wearing bell bottoms. I'm out of date if bell bottoms are back.
Go ahead, state your name for the record.
What up, Sarah?
Xavier Howard, born July 3rd of 1993.
All right. And you are here today because the Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest in a probation violation.
She don't look happy at all.
In your case, CR 2023-002421. I am appointing you an attorney in that case, and I am setting hearings on April 22nd at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in that case in the amount of $1,500. In the event that you are able to post that bond, you need to go to your hearings, and you need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. Okay? All right, go ahead, step to the left. Officer has your paperwork.
I'm expecting to hear, I pity the fool.
Carlos Macias Armenta, please.
Yeah, looking mighty rough. Probably take me on. She could probably strong arm me. She looked pretty dangerous and strong. She's mad. John. I didn't want to say that.
Good morning. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Carlos Alfredo Macias Armenta.
Thank you. And Mr. Armenta, what is your date of birth?
August 1491.
Thank you. All right. And you are here because you were,
straight up, you're not lying, Teresa.
Yesterday of taking contraband into a correctional facility, a class 5 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings in your case. The first on April 21st at 8:30 a.m. and the second one on April 24th at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in this matter in the amount of $1,000. Go ahead, step to the left. Officer, I have your paperwork.
I'm not going to be released?
No.
Not today.
$1,000 secured appearance bond.
Up next on The Price is Wrong. Let's see what's behind door number. Oh no.
Mr. Cruz, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Victor Julian Cruz.
And Mr. Cruz, what is your date of birth?
October 1st, 1994.
Thank you. And you are here, sir, on 3 warrants out in Maricopa County Superior Court for failure to appear in your pending, or in your pending criminal matters there. And those matters are,
maybe I'll wear it later on. I'll wear my uniform later on if somebody wishes that upon me. I know I had somebody wishing me to be deported yesterday and be in jail. So I don't know. We'll see if somebody starts going off the rails
CR
here.
2024-007524. Let me actually back up. I'm not appointing you an attorney in any of these cases because one should already have been appointed for you. I am setting hearings in these matters on April 24th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting cash bonds in each of these cases, and those bonds, those cash-only bonds are as follows. In CR 2024-007524, I am setting a cash bond in the amount of $250. In your case, CR 2024-007510, I am setting a cash-only bond in the amount of $100. And in your case, CR 2024-006907, I am setting a cash-only bond in the amount of $250. So that's a total of $600 cash-only bond. If you are able to post that bond, you need to go to your court hearing.
I tried to contact my PO. She wasn't answering me. And I went to detox myself and got out already. So I can prove that to you guys.
Okay.
I'll take a piss test.
Oh, okay. I appreciate.
I was waving down the police. I was waving down
he
the
said,
police.
"I'll take a piss test."
I charged my monitor when I got out.
He probably has the Wizinator on him.
My dad's phone. I went to work. Scottsdale police helped me in 10B, and they picked me up, and I was trying to wave them down, and that's how I got here.
Okay. So I am going to the judge in your cases has recommended that $600 cash, that combined $600 cash bond, and I'm going to go ahead and affirm that. So you can talk to that judge when you see him on the 24th. Go ahead, step to the left. Officer will have your paperwork for you.
At 10:30. So when this in 2 hours.
Michael Dizen, please.
Once this thing hits 10:30, that's when it's gonna start. Around. They might start a little bit later. So just to give you a heads up. Hey, you know what? Whoever said that yesterday, I didn't lose any sleep over it. It is what it is. People, have their own opinions, and they might not like me for my skin color, or the way I talk, or whatever. But I'm not tripping off of that. It's like water going off my.
Go ahead and take name for the record, please.
Michael Santiago Dizon, May 7, 1969.
Okay. And Mr. Dizon, you are here today on 3 matters. You have a new case, and then you have 2 warrants issued by the Maricopa County Superior Court for probation violation matters. So let's talk about your new case. You were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for both of those violations. I am appointing you an attorney on your new charges and setting hearings in Maricopa County Superior Court on April 21st at 8:30. And April 24th at 8:30.
Does he have a Chicano shirt on?
Downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your new case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250.
Investigate.
Now, the Superior Court has also issued warrants for your arrest.
Something's not matching here.
For probation violation matters. Wait, hold on. Sorry.
Is this the homie Chino?
Wow.
Chino the Chicano? He looks confused.
So I'm sorry. The allegations in the violations in the new in your new case for which you were arrested yesterday would constitute violations of your probation in CR 2023-000008 and CR 2024-153538.
Las moscas.
I am appointing you an attorney in both of those probation violation matters, and I'm setting hearings in the probation violation cases on April 22nd at 8:30 a.m. In each of the probation violation matters, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. So that is a combined secured appearance bond for all 3 cases in the amount of $750. In the event that you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Okay, go ahead, step to the left. Officer has your paperwork.
There we go.
Carlos Flores, please, and then Rick Nuzzo.
The lights are on, but nobody's home. Ay, ay, ay.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Can't make this
Flores.
up.
And Mr. Flores, what's your date of birth?
She's not 83. Excuse me.
All right, sir. You are here today because Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest in
If you
a probation
will.
violation matter. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting hearings on April 22nd at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in this matter in the amount of $750. In the event that you are able to post that bond, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All right, go ahead, step to the left. Rick Nuzzo, please, and then Johnny Gaitan, please. Morning. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Rick Mario Nuzzo,
And Mr. Nuzzo, what is your date of birth?
5/30/80.
All right, and Mr. Nuzzo, you are here today on a new case and also on a warrant in your probation case. So let's talk about the new case first. You were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for both of those violations. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting two hearings. The first on April 21st at 8:30, and the second one on April 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your new case, I'm setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In your case in which you are currently on probation, which is CR 2024-119826, I am appointing you an attorney in that case as well. And I'm setting hearings on April 22nd at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your probation violation matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So for both cases, it is a secured appearance bond of $1,000. In the event that you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All right, go ahead, step to the left. Johnny Gaitan and then Carlos Samaniego.
Somebody's attacking me? Why would they do such a thing? I'm just trying to spread awareness, if you will.
All right, Mr. Gaitan, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Johnny Salvador Gaitan,
And Mr. Gaitan, what is your date of birth?
10/6/64.
Thank you. All right, and Mr. Gaitan, you are here because Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest on allegations that you violated your probation in case CR 2024-101726. And I need to fix this one.
If you don't like it here, you could always just swipe up and leave.
Attorney in this case.
And problem solved. Then you go down another rabbit hole, if you
I am
will.
setting a.
Thank you for that, David.
Hold on. No, that's that one. And I'm setting hearings.
What up, Kramer? How's it going? Hey, thank you
I'm
for that,
setting a
Rose.
hearing on April 22nd at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in this case of $300. In the event that you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All right, go ahead, step to the left.
All right.
Carlos Samaniego.
Oh, what was that? James scared the bejesus out of me.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Carlos Alberto Uscanga Samaniego,
And Mr. Samaniego, what is your date of birth?
03/07/1991.
All right, and you are here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and DUI, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those violations. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting two hearings in your case. The first on April 22nd at 8:30, and the second one on April 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In this new case that we're talking about now, I'm setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250.
It was la
Now,
señorita
you are
Laura.
also here
Because of what,
the
Judge?
allegations in the
Good
new
morning.
case would constitute a violation of your probation, term 1 of your probation in your case CR 2024-123981.
I don't think
In
so.
the probation violation matter, I am also appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting hearings on April 22nd at 8:30
Is he
a.m. in the
Is he
downtown
blinking?
Maricopa County Superior Court. In the probation violation matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. So that is a combined secured appearance bond of $500 for both cases. In the event that you are able to post that bond, you will need to contact your probation
I
officer
think he might be
within 72
rebooting.
hours of your release.
If I have the money in my property, how can I do that?
I'm sorry, what?
If I have the money in my property?
So you can talk to, it is a secured appearance bond, so you can
Hey, what up,
go
Robin?
through a bonds person, or you can
He's
otherwise
rebooting.
post it, but you will need to talk to the detention officers about how to do that, okay?
Okay.
All right, if you post it, make sure you contact your probation officer
What up,
and
JJ?
show up to those hearings,
Dublin,
okay?
I will.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, you know what? Hey,
Mary Jane,
I do
please.
realize this information is not for
And
everybody.
then Dora Orozco.
So if you do feel offended or if you don't like to hear me talk, it's probably best you don't stick around, if you will.
Hello, sir.
My name is Gary James, 32980.
What up,
All
Dylan?
right,
How's it going?
and you are here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of narcotic drug possession, a class 4 felony,
Gino.
and possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for both of those violations. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting 2 hearings in your new case. On the first on April 21st at 8:30, and the second one on April 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In this new case, I'm setting a secured appearance bond of $250. Now, you are also here because you are currently, you have an arrest warrant out for you on a direct complaint in your case, CR 2025-114319. I'm sorry, I went too far. CR 2025-114319, and that direct complaint alleges that on or about October 9, 2024, you possessed or used narcotic drugs, a class 4 felony, and also on or about October 9, 2024, you possessed or used drug paraphernalia, also a class 4 felony. I am, I am setting you I am appointing you an attorney in the direct complaint matter as well, and I'm setting hearings in the direct complaint matter on April 21st and April 24th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In the direct complaint matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So for both cases, both your April case and then the direct complaint case with allegations from October of 24, that is a combined secured appearance bond of $750. In the event that you are able to post that bond, you need to go to your court hearing.
Okay, what if I can't make it both? I can't post that bond. What if I can't?
Then officers will make sure that you you'll be transported for those hearings.
So I have to stay in? You have to keep me in custody?
You have to stay in unless you can post that bond. Dora Orozco, please. And then Leonardo Ibanez, please. Good morning, ma'am. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Good morning. Dora Orozco,
And Ms. Orozco, what is your date of birth?
8/22/78.
All right, and you are here because
They said I had an open container of alcohol in my car, and that's what they said.
right. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to be a leading question. I am sorry. I was reading. You do have the right to remain silent. You are here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of prescription drugs, a class 1 misdemeanor, and consuming liquor in a vehicle, also a misdemeanor. I am For purposes of appointing you an attorney, I am finding that you are indigent. An attorney should be appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be on April 22nd at 1:30 p.m. in the Surprise Municipal Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in this matter in the amount of $750. In the event that you are able to post that bond, you do need to go to that court hearing, okay?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $750. In the event that you're able to post that bond, you do need to go to your hearing, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead, step to the left.
What hey, what's up, Ryan? How's it going? And welcome everybody. If I missed your name, my
Leonardo
apologies.
Ruiz Ibanez, and then Kevin Thompson, please.
Glitching. What up, Queen? Wow.
Morning, Your Honor.
A lot for
Good morning,
nothing.
sir. All right, Mr. Ibanez, go ahead and state your name for the record.
My name is Leonardo Ruiz.
Let's see here.
All right, and Mr. Ibanez, what is your date of birth?
June 28th, 2006.
What up, Armando?
Okay. And you are here today, sir, because you were arrested yesterday on charges of endangerment, a Class 6 felony, committed on or about April 13th, leaving the scene of an accident, a Class 1 misdemeanor, also committed on or about April 13th, and criminal reckless driving, a Class 2 misdemeanor, committed on or about April 13th, and criminal damage, a Class 4 felony committed on or about April 14th. Did find probable cause for all of those, and I am, for purposes of appointing you an attorney, finding that you are indigent, and appointing an attorney to represent you in this matter. I am setting hearings on April 30th at 8:30 and May 2nd at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, then I'm going to release you today to pretrial services.
Thank you.
I'm going to require you get drug and alcohol tested and that you have an ankle monitor installed, okay?
That's fine.
All right. Go ahead, step to the left. All right, Kevin Thompson, please, and then Michael Downs.
A hit and run? It seems like it.
Sure.
If I have the ankle monitor, would I still be able to go to work?
So it's, I put it as curfew. So it will be, you're going to have to work with pretrial services on appropriate hours for that, but it's not house arrest, okay? Okay. Kevin Thompson, please, and then Michael
Next. What up, Lindsay? How's it going? Hey, thank you for the follow. Hey, hit that follow button. It's free 99. Doesn't cost you anything. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. Don't be a Mr. Krabby Patty. Hit that follow.
Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Kevin Thompson, 11963.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. All right, you were arrested yesterday on 2 charges. The first is possession of narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 4 felony. I didn't find probable cause for that violation. You were also arrested on charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for that violation.
Hey, should I close the mute button?
Yeah. So,
should I hit the little X over here?
I'm working on very limited information here, and while I may not find probable cause, it doesn't mean that those allegations are necessarily dismissed, and charges may still be brought against you on those, for those violations. However, again, for purposes of today's hearing, I'm finding probable cause only on the possession of drug paraphernalia, the Class 6 felony. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting hearings in your case on April 30th at 8:30 in the morning and May 2nd at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Kinney, please.
My apologies. My wife gets mad when I say stuff like that.
Michael L. Downs.
Thank you for that, baby heart.
Michael L. Downs.
Grandpa's saggy.
My bad. I skipped ahead. Okay. This now makes sense with the picture. Okay. Mr. Downs, now that I
Yeah.
know, now that you and I
What
are
up,
on the
miss?
same page, what is your date of birth?
13158.
All right, you were arrested yesterday on three violations: unlawful discharge of a firearm, a Class 6 felony; endangerment, a Class 6 felony; and criminal damage, a Class
she
1
doesn't.
misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those violations. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings in your case on April 30th at 8:30 and May 2nd at 8:30. Will you go to those hearings?
I sure will.
Okay, I'm going to release you today to pretrial services.
Okay.
You're going to need to register with them, and then you're going to need to do drug and alcohol testing, all right?
Okay.
All right, go ahead, step to the left. Officer has your paperwork for you. All right, now Jeffrey Kinney. And then Mark Salazar.
If this is your content, then I'll follow. Laughing out loud.
All right, Mr. Kinney, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Jeffrey Kenny,
And Mr. Kinney, what is your date of birth?
6/22/83.
Thank you. And you were arrested yesterday on charges of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for all of those violations. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting two hearings in your case. The first is on April 30th at 8:30, and the second one is on May 2nd at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Mr. Kinney, will you go to those?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to release you to pretrial supervision then. Go ahead, step to the left. Officer has your paperwork for you.
Next.
Mark Salazar, please.
She's James. Who's that screaming in the background? Is that your mama? No, it's la señorita Laura.
How you doing?
Good morning, sir.
Thank you,
Go ahead,
Robin.
state your name for the record.
What is it? Sorry, can I hear you?
It's okay. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Well,
Mark
Taurus.
Salazar,
Mr. Salazar, what is your date of birth?
1988.
All right, and you are here today because
What up, Bando?
you were arrested. Wow.
Molly.
Hold on.
Guilty by gang
Oh, that's
association.
why. Give me a second.
And he got the J's. Are those Jordans that he has on? Let's check out his Jordans right here.
Because the Maricopa County Superior Court issued a arrest warrant on a direct complaint for the following violations: possession or use of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony committed on or about August 25th of 24, driving or actual physical control of a vehicle while under the influence, a Class 1 misdemeanor also committed on or about August 25th, 2024, and driving or actual physical control while under the influence, a second count, also a Class 1 misdemeanor, also committed
Thank
on
you,
or about
Amanda.
August 25th, 2024. I am appointing you an attorney in this matter, and I'm setting two hearings. The first one on April 30th at 8:30 a.m. and the second one on May 2nd at 8:30 a.m., both in the Maricopa County Superior Court. Mr. Salazar, will you go to those?
I sure will,
Okay,
man.
I'm going to release you to pretrial services then.
Thank you.
Charlotte. I found
Have a good
her
day.
eye. And he got the basketball shoe. Damn, did you see how long his socks were? I heard the longer the socks,
All
the
right,
downer the
and
vato.
with that, I think, oh,
I went to Kentucky
Kayla
today.
Ruiz Harrier, did she get moved to a house call?
We'll be on tomorrow at Kentucky if everything goes well. I was waiting for like an hour, they didn't let me in.
Okay,
I think they took her to the wrong court.
okay. Do we just want to bump Miss Ruiz Harrier then to the 11 a.m. or even the 2?
Long
so that
socks
we
and
still have
top
time for her?
button. Iowa, they kicked me out. They kicked me out of Iowa.
She should be back by 11.
I sent them a message to find out what's going on.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
I don't know. They didn't tell me. They just kicked me out. They removed me from the meeting, from the Zoom meeting.
I understand having conflicting obligations. Okay, so we'll do it 11 then, is that good with you? Okay. All right, so then we are going to do our house calls and
James, but I don't see nobody.
so
How
we
come
do
there's
need
nobody
clear
up
for
there?
4, but not for 28.
I hear saying names, but there's nobody up there. What's going on? Okay, so this is the house calls. Okay, I'm not going to explain it to you. These people, these individuals that don't show up right now, she's going to be reading out some names. And these individuals, they're violent they have mental issues, or they have other things going on that prevents them from coming into the actual court. What's gonna end up happening is once this stream ends, she's gonna walk over to their cell or do it virtually and hold court there, if you will, if that makes any sense. And right now, in 10 minutes, we're gonna switch over to another court, which is gonna be Pima County.
And these individuals are not able to be with us because they are
10:30.
a danger to self or others, or otherwise not able to function for purposes of appearing here in court. The first one is Miguel Madrid Garcia. Mr. Madrid Garcia's date of birth is September 1999, and Mr. Madrid Garcia is here on a warrant out of the Peoria Municipal Court.
Los Angeles. Yes, it is. It's going to be at 10:30. So when this clock hits 10:30, that stream will start, if you will.
Because of the nature of the charges, Mr. Madrid Garcia is not entitled to have an attorney appointed for him today. And he has a hearing scheduled on May 1st at 9 a.m. in the Peoria Municipal Court. My inclination at this point is to release Mr. Madrid Garcia on his own recognizance. However, if anything changes after I speak with Mr. Madrid Garcia, I will update my written order. Our second matter is David Hilton, whose date of birth is December 29th, 1980.
Thank you for that, Daily Heart.
And Mr. Hilton is here today on...
He's probably going to get life.
On a warrant from the grand jury for violations of sexual exploitation of a minor, dangerous crimes against children, class 2 felonies committed in August, from August 2021 through May and into May of 2022. The grand jury had recommended a cash bond. I'm sorry, I am appointing. Let me redo this one. I'm sorry. I am appointing Mr. Hilton an attorney, which is the part I missed, and I apologize for that. I am appointing Mr. Hilton an attorney. And I am setting a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $150,000. And I am doing this because grand jury issued an $100,000 recommendation for a $100,000 cash-only bond. However, in view of this information in the Form 4, the defendant barricaded himself in his apartment to avoid arrest, and also the fact that that warrant is several months old, I am going to go ahead and set the cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $150,000. In the event that Mr. Hilton were to be able to post that bond, he would also be subject to additional conditions such as in-home monitoring. So with that, I think that completes everything we can do on the 8 a.m. calendar, and court will stand adjourned until the 11 a.m. calendar. Any updates for the house calls will be done in writing.
11 a.m. you say? All right. So I'm going to switch over. Hey, for Taurus, yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but for the mods, please don't remove Taurus. She's good. She's good in the hood, if you will. All right, so just what do we got? We got about 7 minutes before the next court starts up, so I'm going to switch it over right quick. Don't look at where I be going here for these streams. I know you guys. What website is this? Where's James going? Don't worry about it. Let me see here. Where's my list right here? Bam, vámonos. Got this thing on auto dial. James, I know where you're going now. I got you, my boy. I got you. Let me see. I think I sat on my phone, didn't notice. Hey, these things happen. Let me see. We love you. Hey, man, I appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you guys that you know that come in and whatnot. You know what? Hey, so one of the reasons that I do this is because I know a lot of people are curious about these court hearings. A lot of people have never been arrested, they've never been through the system, or you guys might be from outside the United States, from the UK, Ireland, Britain, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, all those cool places. So I know you guys are fascinated, or some of you guys might be fascinated with the U.S. Legal system. I just want to say that every state is different. So right now we're currently in the state of Arizona. So whatever happens in Arizona might be different from what happens in Florida, and what happens in Florida might be different what happens in California. So each state has their own laws. If that makes sense. I went to that jail years ago. Man, let me see. She streamed the Judge Boyd. I have learned so much. I've been streaming Judge Boyd, but normally I don't do. I normally don't stream her on YT or on TT. And just so for those of you that are aware, I run multiple streams on different platforms. I have a stream also that I run on YT. On YT, I'll sometimes run 3, 4, 5, or 6 different streams at a time. So if this is not your cup of tea, you're more than welcome to jump over there to our YT stream. And also, if you don't want to hear my commentary, because I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, which is fine. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. So I do have something specifically for you over there on YT. If you just want to be in the chat and not listen to any commentary, you should just get on down the road, if you will. No hard feelings over here. Let me see. Have you tried Alaska? I don't know the details of the courts. I tried to look some up in Alaska, but I couldn't find any. But I mean, I didn't try that hard. And normally I'll just try, I'll jump on and I'll try to find something. If they make it easy, then I'll try it. If they make you jump through hoops, then I won't. And I know a lot of you like watching these board of parole hearings, but over the last few weeks, I've been having issues with these board of parole hearings. It seems like they don't like their board of parole hearings to be streamed, if you will. Connecticut recently put a message up on the 11th that it's against their policy to stream these. So I'm trying to figure out, because I'm not trying to have any issues, to be quite honest with you guys. I got a lot of stuff going on in my life, and I don't need any legal troubles, or I don't need to get sued, or I don't need any criminal cases, especially in the East Coast. I live on the West Coast, and I'm not looking for any problems. There's so many court streams and parole board hearings that I could do. Hold on, who's calling me? No, not a good time right now. Not a good time. I like Judge Brian in Detroit. Okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Let me see. Somebody is reporting him. If they want to be transparent, what's the problem? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ohio has that funny streams in TT. Let me see. Are you allowed to stream Massachusetts? I don't know. I might look it up. Some states allow it. Some states don't. Like when it comes to court cases, California is not open. I know a lot of people ask for like California. They're not transparent. New York, they don't offer any. I haven't been able to find any that are okay with streaming. Normally, the ones I stream are the ones that don't prohibit it. Missouri, I'm not sure. Stream Texas, yes. Texas, Arizona, and Florida. Those are normally my go-to. Harris County, Houston, would never, huh? Laughing out loud. It be like that sometimes. So let me see. Any UK courts yet? Nah, UK. No, when it comes to these public courts cases, I don't think anybody gets down like the United States. I'm from Arizona, and we are very transparent. Everything is public knowledge, except for the parole board hearings. That's something that they don't allow. That's something that they're not transparent about in Arizona. You see, Pasco County, Florida, and Seminole, yeah, county would be good. Harris County is messy in Texas. What? You said messy? I'm glad CA doesn't stream. I got chewed out by a judge by a judge once. Uh, are they closed? I don't know. I didn't know that. What? All right. Can you do Utah? You know what? As a matter of fact, Jonathan, I found some on Utah, and I still haven't attended it, but one of these days I'll go ahead and get around to doing it. And let me see. YT is much calmer. Yeah, YT is a lot more calmer than TT. Normally the comments on TT, they're a lot. It's a lot faster paced, if you will. James, you ever been to Arizona, like to visit? Yeah, I've been to Arizona before. I've been up in I've been to Tucson. I've been to Phoenix, Arizona. But to jail or prison? Nope. No, thank you. Well, I've never been to prison, period. So did you check out that Karen retrial? No, you know what? I saw it pop up on my on my feed, but I didn't click on it. I wonder if Portland, Oregon does it. I think Portland does, but I think they also got restrictions on you being able to stream it. So it'd be like that sometimes. Did you check out? Yeah, I read that one. Let me see. Let me see. Have you tried streaming Yuma? Yuma sucks. Yuma only does. They only do audio. I think Yuma's the one that only does audio. So I know I've checked out a few other courts in Arizona, Pima and Maricopa. They run, well, at least Maricopa. Maricopa runs courts every 3 hours. Pima runs them twice a day. They run it at 9 a.m. and then they also run it at 7 p.m. And as a matter of fact, hold on, let me switch this up over here, if you will. Pima County. There we go. Let me turn off my camera here. Let's see here. Let's see. Here we go. We'll just leave it with the comments up there. TK is not going to start until 10:30, so we got about an hour and a half before TK starts up. Massachusetts is strange. Here, some counties allow cell phones in the court. Others you can't. Yeah, different structure, different folks. All right. So it should be starting up any moment now. Sometimes they get delayed and we don't find out until way after. So we just got to sit here and write it out. And if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. Hey, thank you guys. I see we got 27,000 clicks on the screen or taps. Highly appreciate you guys for tapping. I believe these paroles are hiding stuff. Now, absolutely. Why else wouldn't they want us to stream? Why aren't they transparent? And for any of you guys that want to watch these parole board hearings, especially the one for Connecticut, what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna be providing links to the hearings. If you go to my YT page, look up for upcoming hearings, and the link for the hearing is gonna be on the details of the day or the details of Connecticut board hearings. So just click on the stream and it's gonna say waiting, and go to details or description, and you'll get all the information right there. You just click on it, and you could watch it yourself. Let me see. Oh, James, I found out you can watch some cases. Pennsylvania. What the what? All right.
I'll just go ahead and continue. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, this is Court Interpreter Pedro Davis. Mr. Padilla was the one interpreter matter that we had on this morning's list. So if he's not seen, by your leave, may I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so this is Pima County. This is real time. This is happening right now. As you guys see, it just started right now. This is not AI generated. This wasn't concocted on my computer right here. What state is this again? This is going to be Pima County and the state of Arizona. And just to give you a heads up, here in Pima County is the home of DVs, DUIs, and shoplifting at Circle K, Target, and Walmart. Not in that order. So just to give you guys a heads up. We normally like to take polls around here, so go ahead and cast your vote and let us know what the next individual. What do you guys think is gonna be here for? Damn, James, you're cold. You're making fun of people and their misery. I don't even know who's showing up.
To this evening, except for Big A.
You're pretty cold, James. You're gonna catch a one-way ride to HELL, and it's a dish best served cold. Next. DV for 3,000.
I think I did. Double check.
Damn, James. You ain't right, James. How these people are done in their luck, and look how you're treating them. Shoplifting. First job interview. Sup, but that's right. She fixed her hair for the judge. Rugs for 500. Thank you for that daily heart. Sancho 310 in the house. That's right.
Please state your name.
Camila Felix Sepulveda.
Ms. Felix Sepulveda, this is the time for your initial appearance. Let's see. You are here this morning after being picked up on
spit it out, Judge.
For
what?
Charge of driving under the influence.
Oh, DUI. Who
You
did
have the
anybody
right
say
to remain
DUI?
silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. I am appointing Janet Altschuler to represent you in this matter.
First flush, if you
And
will.
we're going to talk about your conditions of release this morning. And to prepare for that, I have reviewed information.
I think this judge, she's new. She still hasn't been broken in with. You win.
The fact that
I don't think she's okay.
including, I've been informed that you're being held on another matter out of Pima County Justice Court, I believe.
It's Santa Cruz County.
Okay, it's Santa Cruz County. All right.
Yeah, but I have been pulled over on it multiple times, and every time they told me that it was non-extraditable, and I don't know what changed this time, but I've been trying to take care of it, but they just tell me that I have to physically be in the county of Santa Cruz to take care of it, and then I don't know what's different this time around that it became extraditable.
Okay. Well, I don't know why. Let me look at this for a second. Oh, so it looks like
Hey Gibson, I'm not sure what you're trying to, what message you're trying to convey here.
It looks like the out of county issue is a probation violation, and that may be part of what makes the difference. I don't know if that's what it was in the past or not. But then you also have this matter in Pima County.
The one for Pima County, I was never given the option to take care of it because the warrant was issued while I was in federal custody.
In the federalos?
So I never got the opportunity to take care of it.
It's gonna be a long ride tonight or today or this morning. Flush.
So if I were to order that you be released on your promise to appear for your next court date, would you appear for your next court date?
Most definitely.
All right. So that court date is going to be April 25th at 8:30 in the morning. And that is before Judge Cornejo at Pima County Justice Court. If you were to fail to appear for that hearing, given that you were just arrested on this matter, it's likely that another warrant would issue for your arrest out of that hearing. The additional orders are that you do not drive unless you have a valid driver's license, do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And then since I am not going to hold you on the matter, then I am not going to appoint an attorney to represent you. So you do have the right to hire an attorney of your choice, and in certain circumstances, an attorney may be appointed on your behalf. All right?
Alrighty.
You understand the consequences of failing to appear?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. You're excused.
Hey, Gucci Slice, thank you for the follow. Highly appreciate that. Hey, Gibson, he's a cold piece. What do you guys think about this right here? I'm gonna pin it up there for you guys. It's a bit extreme right there.
The sanitary laws myself, they bring over the but the other ones, I was trying to get it way additional. I don't know.
I think Gibson might be an incel, if you will. But come on, man. This isn't the place for that. But I got something for Gibson. We'll go ahead and take care of Gibson real quick.
Brian Israel Reyes.
Mr. Reyes, this is the time for your initial appearance. You are here this morning on misdemeanor charges of assault. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Under certain circumstances, an attorney may be appointed to represent
Hey, what up,
you,
Tiny T?
and you always have the right to hire counsel of your choice. It looks like you were also being held on
They
other
discharge
felony
you?
Matters.
That's what's up.
Before me today. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. We're going to talk about your conditions of release in this
Pima
matter. I am going to order that you're held on a bond of $500. That will be cash or secured. I'm going to order that if you are released, you may not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs.
He looks like a cartoon burger.
And,
Tammy. That's funny.
Your next court date is going to be tomorrow at 1 p.m. before Judge Cornejo for an arraignment. If you remain in custody, the jail will make you available for that hearing, and if you were to be released, then it would be your responsibility to appear, and if you failed to appear, a warrant could be issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
The Hamburglar.
Yes.
Yes, I am appointing Janet Altschuler to represent you in the misdemeanor case. Thank you. You're excused.
Hey, so different clothing means different things. Higher level, lower level. I think I've never been to Pima County jail, but I'm assuming if you got white, it's just like a standard issue, just like a regular inmate. And if you got stripes, I don't know, you might be a little bit more dangerous. You're like a little level higher. And if you're an orange, you're at the top of the food chain, if you will. You're a high risk offender, HRO, if you will. The McDonald's Hamburglar. What county are you in? This is Pima County, if you will. Oh, hold on. I didn't use if you will correctly. Hey, Cubo player _13. Oh, this guy's dangerous. Orange is the new black. I've been locked up for 2 years.
Good morning. Please state your name.
Christopher Chapman.
Mr. Chapman, this is the time for your initial appearance on charges of shoplifting. These are felony charges.
Oh, she's
From
got a
March of this
shoplifter
year.
in aisle number 5.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney, and it is ordered appointing the public defender's office to represent you.
The public
And you have counsel seated next to you for the purposes of today's hearing. It looks like you are being held on charges out of Pima County Justice Court that are not in front of me today. So regardless of what I ordered in today's hearing, you would not be actually released until those matters were resolved.
You got sticky fingers.
We're going to talk about your conditions of release on these new charges.
He took free 99 to a different level.
I have reviewed information provided
Thank you for that,
by
Daily.
pretrial services about you, which lets me know about your ties to the community.
Oh, okay. Then maybe, Teresa, you might be onto
whether you have any
something.
felony criminal history,
He's a shoplifter.
and
Tiny T.
what their assessments and recommendations are.
Orange is the highest inmate, and it's a shop.
And then I don't see. Let me just double check in here.
Yeah. This judge, man, she's definitely a rookie. She's a rookie, but she'll
Here
learn.
it is. Okay. It looks like the state is recommending that you be held on a bond of $30,000.
Damn.
And if you are able to post that bond
For
that you
shoplifting?
be released to the custody of pretrial services. Would the state like to be heard further?
Man, that's cold. The stripes make them look goofy. Murders were
Mr. Poston,
neon yellow.
did you want to be heard any further?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. And the defense.
I would, Your Honor. I'd like to note that I did not receive a complaint from the state in Mr. Chapman's case, so I can't meaningfully address the underlying allegations that the state has alleged in this case. I will note that what the state is recommending, $30,000, is quite a high bond for somebody that is charged with shoplifting.
Yeah.
I understand that there's some priors and some history in Mr. Chapman's past, but the fact of the matter is this is not a crime of violence. This is not a crime of domestic violence. This is not something that has endangered the community. What the state has alleged is that he had essentially removed goods from a store. And so while these are serious allegations, we're talking about a class 4 felony. We're not talking about, actual physical harm or danger to the community. And so in terms of what the court needs to address here, it's his ability to show up to court and the threat and the danger that he presents to both the community at large and the listed victim in this case. Now, again, I don't know who the listed victim is because I don't have a complaint. But the fact of the matter is we're not talking about physical harm or danger to the community here. And I don't think that $30,000 gives Mr. Chapman the opportunity to potentially post a bond and secure his release, which is the purpose of bond. It's not to hold people; it's to give them the opportunity to, to bond out and have some skin in the game and secure their release. And Mr. Chapman's not in a financial position with $30,000 as a posted bond to be able to do that.
Respectfully, Your Honor, you don't know what you're doing.
If I could just have a moment, Mr. Poston, I did just want to let you know, I think the reason you don't have an interim is that Mr. Chapman was supposed to be seen at a previous IA session, but was not able to be seen at a previous IA session. And so his interim would have been provided at that time, I think, to whoever was sitting in your seat at that session. The charges allege that he took $546.79 worth of merchandise from Walmart and has been
she might be a stockholder. That's maybe why she's hitting him with such a
shoplifting more than 2 times in the past year.
2 times.
Mr. Poston, is there something else you need to say?
The state would note the fact that he's in custody on other charges and he's not, and it's not just the 500 and such that he stole this time around. He's got quite a few open charges. He has an extensive history of theft, drugs, trespass, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, and I'm ratifying a judgment call made by a colleague previously.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Choice of words. Now, if he has something funny, then 30,000 is just right up his alley.
I'm going to order a bond of $1,500 that's cash or secured. If you are released, you'll be released to pretrial services. You'll be ordered to submit to monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons, no contact with the alleged victim. Do not return to the incident location.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, when are those next court dates?
Yeah, his next court date is April 25th at 1:30. And if you can still hear me, Mr. Chapman, if you are able to post bond and be released and then fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You're excused.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Here you go, Mr. Chapman.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Up next on The Price is Wrong, we got another HRO, high risk offender. Let's see what this guy did. Any takers? Anybody want to take a gander here? Take a guess as far as what this gentleman did?
Christian Garcia.
Looks like
Mr.
you're
Garcia,
twin, James.
you are here this morning.
Is that your cousin?
On your initial appearance.
Ay, ay, ay.
It looks like you were arrested on a warrant out of Maricopa County. But there are some Pima County charges keeping you here in Pima County as well. Those are not before me today. We're just doing a review hearing of your Maricopa County warrant status. And so what I'm going to do is just set another review hearing in 30 days to determine if you are still being held here in Pima County or Maricopa County on that warrant. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. You're excused.
30 days.
Yeah. So they're going to see you back.
That's an accident. I'm Peter Albert, and I'm splitting the doctor.
All right, I'm back. Damn, I miss what he did. We love the TikTok shop. Do you guys love the TikTok shop or not? Hey, Starkey, what's up, man? Highly appreciate that. If you can hear me, gracias. I'm hoping you're on the right one.
I can't see you here, but well, this is pretty loud.
Good morning. Please state your name.
Laura Arizmendi.
Ms.
Wendy.
Arismendi, this is the
Mindy.
time for your initial appearance on charges of possession of drug paraphernalia out of Tucson City Court. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney of your choice. In certain circumstances, an attorney may be appointed on your behalf. You are presumed to be innocent, and I will enter a plea of not guilty for you today.
Okay.
We're going to talk about your conditions of release, and if I were to order that you were released on your promise to appear for your next court date, would you appear for your next court date?
Yes, ma'am, I would.
Thank you. So I am going to order that you're released on your promise to appear. The additional orders are that you possess or consume
Thank you
no
for
alcohol or illegal drugs, and then I am going to consolidate this case with your other cases out of Tucson City Court. Your next court date will be June 6th.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
So instead of April 30th?
Will she?
Bad perm charges. Hey, what up, Angel?
Let me look.
Okay,
Let me look and see if you. Yeah, we can do April 30th since you already have that set. I'll change it.
Okay. No. Could I have a court on April 30th already? I thought that you were consolidating that court date with this one.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay, then let's do it how you said.
So it'll be April 30th at 2 p.m.
Okay.
This is how does money probation work?
What up, Bill?
She fell.
Your Honor, she's being held on a Maricopa County warrant.
Okay.
Can I go to rehab for that?
That you have to talk to Maricopa County like that. It's you're being constituted on the Maricopa County warrant, and then it's Maricopa.
Maricopa, Arizona.
So then in that case, ma'am, let me just explain to you the options. So if I order that you're released on this case, then you would be released to Maricopa County.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully you would be able to be released there by your April 30th court date. And I'm not sure what your Maricopa County charges are, so I don't know if you are likely to be released there in the near future. Do you have a feeling about that?
It's probation violation.
Okay. All right.
So, I don't know. I'm not sure what to expect of that.
So maybe, counsel, are you willing to have a quick chat with her to see if she would like to be released to Maricopa County or if she would like to be held here to deal with this first?
Sure.
Thank you.
Your Honor, she'd like to remain here to deal with the Pima County case.
Okay. And the earliest date I can give you to be seen on this case is 10 days from now, April 25th. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Got no choice.
She hasn't put one yet.
Hey, thank you, Angel Delight, for subscribing. Highly appreciate
There's
that.
so much white out on this piece. Okay. 425.
You're welcome. The Dumb and Dumber icon. Lloyd and what the other guy's
I
name?
am going to appoint the City of Tucson Public Defender to represent you in this case. I'll order that you're held on a bond of $50, passive secured. If you remain in custody, your next court date will be April 25th at 1:45 for a video review. And if you were to post bond and be released in this matter, then your next court date would be that April 30th date at 2 o'clock. If you fail to appear for future court hearings, a warrant can issue for your arrest. The hearings can go forward in your absence, including trial. And if you're convicted and then fail to appear for sentencing for at least 90 days, you can lose your right to a direct appeal. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. You're excused.
Next.
Because she said I was by bail. And then engaged from that jam with my weeks.
Talk to the city about that.
Man, the price is wrong. Hey, you know what? I couldn't imagine being that age and being in the system. I couldn't do it. I can't do it.
I don't know if this is your question, but if you post bail now, then you would be released to Maricopa County's custody. But I don't know if you have an attorney in that case that you can talk to and see if you can, arrange something else.
I mean,
all right,
man, when you're thugging it out on the streets and you're treating your body wrong, and then you're in jail, you got high blood pressure, probably got diabetes and things of that nature, and then your body hurts, and then you gotta be in a place like this. Oh hell no, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
State your name.
No way.
What about Becker?
Mr. Becker, this is the time for your initial appearance on failure to comply with a court order. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney of your choice. In certain circumstances, an attorney may be appointed on your behalf. And you are presumed to be innocent. I will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf today. We're going to talk about your conditions of release. And if I were to release you on your promise to appear for your future court date, would you appear on that court date?
Yes.
All right. Then I am going to order that you're released on your promise to appear. The additional orders are that you commit no acts of domestic violence, have no contact of any kind with Ashley Fletcher, do not go to her residence or workplace. And your next court date is going to be May 13th at 1:30. That is for a domestic violence arraignment with Judge Million at Tucson City Court. If you were to fail to appear for that court date, a warrant could issue for your arrest. The hearing can go forward in your absence. That includes trial. And if you're convicted and then fail to appear for sentencing for at least 90 days, you can lose your right to a direct appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you. Don't open up for the
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. Please state your name.
Rochelle Stone.
Ms. Stone, this is the time for your initial appearance on charges of assault and criminal damage. Those are domestic violence offenses. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney of your choice. In certain circumstances, an attorney may be appointed on your behalf. You are presumed to be innocent, and I will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf today. We're going to talk about your conditions of release. If I were to order that you're released on your promise to appear for your future court dates, would you appear for your future court dates?
Yes.
All right.
Definitely.
Thank you. So I am going to order that you are released on your promise to appear. The additional orders are that you commit no acts of domestic violence and have no contact with the alleged victim, Paul Stone. Do not go to his residence or incident location. I'm assuming you may have been living at the same place as Mr. Stone.
Let me put it this way, he left.
Okay.
His residence.
All right. So if, and is that where the incident occurred?
Yes, but he had honestly left.
All right. Are there other people living?
No. All
right. So what I'm going to order then is wherever he's living is where you cannot go, okay? If he's not living there, you can go there. But if it turns out that he is living there,
I'll have to go.
Yeah, But you can return one time with a police escort to pick up your belongings. You would just take my order to the closest police station, okay?
Okay.
All right.
No problem.
So your next court date is going to be May 13th at 1:30. That's in front of Judge Million for domestic violence arraignment at Tucson City Court. If you
None.
fail to appear for that court date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. The hearing can go forward in your absence. That includes trial. And then if you are convicted and fail to appear for at least 90 days, you can lose your right to a direct appeal. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
They usually don't show up. I wouldn't hold my breath on that, them showing up. If you're gonna see a common theme around here, people have 5, 6, 7, 8 failure to appears on one hit,
Good morning.
which is
Please state your name.
mind-boggling.
Uchil Valencia.
Ms. Valencia, this is the time for your initial appearance on charges of driving under the influence. It looks like a warrant was issued
I'm scared
in
of
a
Miss Jury
petition
Duty.
to revoke probation as well. Let's see.
Screw jury duty. I refuse. Hey, thank you for the follow, Carolina Skies. It's Carolina
I think that is
Skies.
the, well, hold on. Those are the charges that you were on probation for, and a petition to revoke was filed. All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by counsel. I am appointing the City of Tucson Public Defender to represent you. And we're going to turn to your conditions of release now. I am going to order that you are held on a bond of $500 cash or secured.
Matthew, thank you for the follow. Lisa, 666, thank you
If
for the
you
follow.
are able to post bond and be released, the additional orders are that you do not drive if you don't have a valid driver's license, possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs.
What a walk around from England.
Let's see. Your next court date, if you remain in custody, will be April 25th at 1:45 for a video review. And if you are able to post bond and be released, then your next court date will be May 19th at 9:30. If you were to fail to appear for court after being released, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. You're excused.
Next! Do you think I'll get time for 2 players to appear and a bench warrant? I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what. It all depends on what state and what county you're from, how seriously they take it. But might as well just start. Might as well just rake them up now. Why stop now?
Spinoza, you are here this morning on an initial appearance for charges of criminal
San
trespass
Bernardino. Oh yeah,
out of Tucson
you're
City
gonna
Court.
go to jail.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney of your choice. In certain circumstances, an attorney may be appointed on your behalf. You are presumed to be innocent, and I will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf today. Sir, if I were to order that you were released on your promise to appear for your future court dates, would you appear for your future court dates?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear. The additional orders are that you commit no acts of domestic violence, have no contact of any kind with the alleged victim of the trespass, do not go to the incident location. Your next court date is going to be May 12th at 9 a.m. That's before Judge Verena at Tucson City Court. If you were to fail to appear for that court date, a warrant could issue for your arrest. The hearings could go forward in your absence. That includes trial. And if you were convicted and then failed to appear for sentencing for at least 90 days, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. You understand?
Yes.
Used.
Hey, San Bernardino and Riverside County, they don't play around. Your goose is pretty much cooked unless you're connected.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Irene?
Victor S. Fontes.
Mr. Fontes, this is the time for your initial appearance on charges of driving under the influence, disorderly conduct, and assault. The disorderly conduct and assault are domestic violence charges. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney of your choice, and in certain circumstances, an attorney may be appointed on your behalf.
What up, Daniel?
And it looks like it's been requested that I do appoint the Tucson City Public Defender to represent you, so I will do that. We're going to talk about your conditions of release today.
I hope not.
And before we do that, I will enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf and let you know that you are presumed to be innocent. And then, sir, if I were to order that you be released on your promise to appear for future court dates, would you appear?
Yes.
Nope. All right. So I am going to order that you're released on your promise to appear for your future court date. The additional orders are that you do not drive without a valid license, possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, commit no acts of domestic violence, have no contact of any kind with the alleged victim in the domestic violence cases, and that is Armando Fontes, and do not go to his residence or workplace. Your next court date will be May 12th at 9 a.m. before Judge Verena at Tucson City Court. If you were to fail to appear for court, a warrant could issue for your arrest. The hearings can go forward in your absence, including trial. And if you are convicted and then fail to appear for sentencing for at least 90 days, you can lose your right to a direct appeal. You understand?
Yes.
Thank you. You're excused.
He was a DV or no?
Yes.
Let me give him an extra toilet flush for good measure.
Yeah.
Up next, on The Price is Wrong. Damn, James. Hey, thank you, Carrie G. You ain't right, James. You ain't right. Why are you doing these people like that? James, just wait till it's your turn. What's all that noise over there? Awful DV cases. Hey, they are. They are. Hey, Chuck off. I like that name. Highly appreciate that follow. Lexi RN. So you make fun of people in jail. You might as well be a what the what? That's a kick on the grind right there, Louis.
Sit right here, my man.
How dare you? That was that's the worst thing you could have told me. How dare you? I'm not gonna sleep tonight.
Good morning. Please state your name.
Shaking my head.
Mr. Antone, this is the time for your initial appearance on charges of failure to register and failure to have a current Arizona identification.
Oh yeah, this is.
You have the right to remain
definitely
silent.
Gonna get
Anything you say can and
flush.
will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. I am appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. You are going to talk about your conditions of release today, and I have reviewed the interim complaint. I have reviewed information provided by pretrial services, which would include any felony criminal history, information that you've provided to them, and their assessments and recommendations.
Wood chipper. And this is one of the main reasons that I do these hearings.
I've also reviewed the state's request, and the state is requesting that you be held on a bond of $5,000, and if posted, be released to pretrial services. Would the state like to be heard further?
Yes, Your Honor. This person has absolutely no reason to, absolutely no justification for not registering. Every person in this individual situation is given abundant warning in writing, verbally, and it is made absolutely crystal clear that given their past, they are required to register. The reason that is because the state has determined that this sort of individual is an ongoing risk to society. He is a danger to the community. And what we have is he has failed to do so, therefore increasing the risk that he's not going to register, and the state is going to be deprived of the right to know where this person is at all times. Therefore, he is a flight risk and a danger to the community. 5,000.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Your Honor, we're going to be asking to release this individual to pretrial services. I think it's important that we give him the opportunity to, present a defense with the assistance of his attorney from the outside rather than here in jail. Obviously, with his living situation, I think the court can certainly understand sometimes the difficulties of
of breathing,
dealing with life on the street on a day-to-day basis, as well as complying with some of these additional restrictions that he has to that are above and beyond what somebody who is housed would have to comply with in terms of the registration requirements, how often he has to do it. The fact is it's a difficult thing to comply with. Obviously, he has an obligation to comply with it, and whether the state can prove whether he did or did not comply with it is something that happens at a later date. What I'd be asking for, Your Honor, is release to pretrial services so that he doesn't have to sit in jail while waiting for this case to resolve. I can understand where the state is coming from. I will note that there are no other allegations other than the failure to have the ID and failure to register. And so, for these reasons, Your Honor, I think that pretrial services is more than sufficient to ensure that Mr. Antone, participates in his case, attends his court hearings, and continues to comply. Having that level of supervision, I think, would be important to ensure compliance moving forward. And so, for these reasons, Your Honor, I think pretrial services release is more than sufficient in this case.
Hey, you know what?
Thank
Hey,
you.
I want to make a comment to that comment right there that Reset Game 5 put.
Bond. I do see a failure to appear history even on pretrial services. I'm going to order a bond of $500 cash or secured. Pretrial services, if that bond is posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. And sir, if you are released,
a second
you
chance
must
to offend?
report to the
No,
Pima
thank
County
you.
Sheriff's Department Identification Unit at 1650 East Benson Highway within 2 working days following your release from custody. Your next court date will be April 25th at 1:30 for a preliminary hearing. If you are in custody, the jail will make you available for that hearing, and if you have been released, then it will be your responsibility to appear, and if you fail to appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest, okay?
You know what? Okay,
Thank you.
so this is what I'm gonna say. If I'm 44 years old, okay, if you're 44 years old and you can't tell the difference between a 14-year-old and a 21-year-old, there's something that's terribly wrong right there. I know a lot of people, they choose to ignore the reality of it, but don't hide around like behind excuses that a girl lied about her age. Like if you know, you know. Like come on now, like that's not cool. People choose to ignore that stuff. Damn, I'm old. People choose. Hey, if you choose to ignore it, just say it. Hey, like, hey, I suspected it, but I still wanted to do it. The flesh is weak. The flesh is weak. Don't hide about it. There's no. How are you gonna put that something on a child? They know. Hell yeah. Yeah.
Good morning. Please state your name.
Robert Rivera.
Mr. Rivera, this is the time for your initial appearance on a couple of different matters. There's a charge out of Tucson City Court of driving under the influence, and then we have, that's a misdemeanor charge. Then we have new felony charges of possession of a narcotic drug for sale, possession of a dangerous drug for sale, possession of weapons as a prohibited possessor.
I like that.
Possession of firearms during narcotic offenses. Disorderly conduct, which is a domestic violence offense, and discharging a firearm within city limits. You have the right to remain silent on all of these matters. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney on the felony matters, and I am appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. We're going to talk about your conditions of relief today. We're going to start with the felony charges. And in preparation for that, I did review the interim complaint. I have reviewed information from pretrial services, which includes whether you have any felony criminal history, their assessments and recommendations, and then any information you provided.
And when you're living that life, you know, it shouldn't
And
bother
then I
you.
have reviewed the state's recommendation, which is that you be held on a bond of $15,000. If you were able to post that bond, that you be released to the custody trial services. Would the state like to be heard any further?
Yes, Your Honor. We're looking at dealer weights of multiple drugs.
Dealer?
We're looking at
dealer?
Other indicia of sales. We're looking at multiple weapons and the fact that he's a prohibited possessor. And then we have the fact that he discharged the weapons up to allegedly a half dozen times. This person is a risk to the community. He's peddling these drugs in huge amounts. These are not personal use. He's got a weapon. He's a convicted felon, and he's using said weapon. He is a danger to the community. He has a history of FTA. He has priors, and he's likely looking at mandatory prison time. He's a flight risk. 15,000.
I hate the DA.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand the court is likely inclined to impose a bond here. The thing that I would like to ask the court to really take into consideration here is Mr. Rivera's financial circumstances. That's something that the court is obligated under Rule 7 to take into consideration, and I would really strongly urge that you do so here. This is a young man who, would not be in a position by any means to afford a $15,000 bond, and that might be, the outcome that the state is looking for here. But the whole purpose of bond is to give a person the opportunity to secure their release. And so I asked the court to take into consideration, his age, the fact that, he's working, as I understand it, part-time. And so he's kind of in limited financial circumstances such that he wouldn't be able to afford $15,000. I would really strongly urge the court to consider a bond in the neighborhood of $2,500 to $5,000. That might be something that family members or friends could, pull together and put funds together to go through bail bond company and get Mr. Rivera out so that he can, continue to live and work and defend his case with the assistance of counsel from his home, where he's certainly safer and certainly better able to present a defense than he would be if he used to remain here in jail. So for these reasons, Your Honor, I'd ask that you please consider a significantly reduced bond than what the state is asking for here. Give him the opportunity to post that bond and show up to court and participate and have it exonerated at the end of his case, one way or another.
Judge, if the state can have a brief moment to respond to that.
I'm going to order a $15,000 bond. Do you still need to respond? Thank you.
No.
Yeah, I see the ability to obtain a lot of drugs and firearms, so I am ordering the $15,000 bond. That'll be cash or secured.
You have a collect in California.
If you are able to post that bond, sir, the additional orders are that you may not drive without a valid driver's license, you may not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, you may not possess any firearms or weapons. If there are any firearms in your possession when you are released from custody, you must surrender those to local law enforcement. You must submit to any monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services. No contact with the alleged victims. Do not go to the incident location.
Robin.
On the felony charges, your next court date will be April 25th at 1:30. That's for a preliminary hearing. If you remain in custody, the jail will make you available for that hearing. If you are released, then it will be your responsibility to appear, and if you fail to appear, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Charges, we're also going to do your arraignment today, so you are presumed to be innocent. I will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf for that driving under the influence charge today. Your next court date for that case, if you remain in custody, will be April 25th at 1:45. It's very close in time to your other case, but if you're in custody, the jail will be able to arrange that you appear by video for both. If you are released on the Tucson City Court matter,
for
then your
that.
next court date will be May 22nd at 9:30, and the bond I'm ordering in that case is $50.
Yes.
Also cash or secured. If you fail to appear for your Tucson City Court case after being released from custody, then a warrant can issue for your arrest. The hearing can go forward in your absence, including trial, and if you are convicted and then failed to appear for sentencing for at least 90 days, you can lose your right to a direct appeal. You understand, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You're excused for today. I did mark the City of Tucson Public Defender on that one, didn't you?
What's an arraignment if
Good morning,
you
Your Honor.
will?
Good morning, Judge.
He's a courteous fella right here. Look at the judges ignoring him. Judge don't got time for that. Hey, so the TK hearing should start in about 40 minutes or so. For those of you that are interested, I'll go ahead and get that running on YT, if you will. Damn, James, I'm tired of you saying if you will. I'm saying it at my household. My wife's sick of it. My husband's sick of it. Everybody's just sick of the if you will. Did I miss anything good? Had to go do a meeting and do a job. I'm paid for Molly. What is a warrant could be issued if you fail to show up? Who's hearing? Take Kate. A discussion of all charges and details and plans to move for trial or taking a plea. Thank you, Erica. Erica's coming with that knowledge you can't get in college. I could have not put it any better if I would have known that. You see, if you will just be so natural to me now.
Good morning, Judge. My name is Taiwan Elevan Scott.
Thank you for that.
Mr. Scott, this is the time for your initial appearance. You're here this morning on charges of robbery, armed robbery, and possession of a weapon by a prohibited possessor. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. Hold on. I don't know if I accidentally unclicked it.
Hey, this if you will thing is kind of just has like a life of its own now. It's just out of control now. I can't even stop it anymore. The genie's out of the bottle.
I'm just finding out which defense office is supposed to be appointed to you, sir.
Damn, he's going to prison.
I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you.
That's right.
We're going to talk about your conditions of release today. And
she seems new.
To prepare for that, I have reviewed the interim complaint, which describes the circumstances surrounding your arrest.
Arizona.
I have also reviewed the information provided by pretrial services, which would let me know if you have any felony criminal history, that lets me know anything you were able to provide or references about your connections to the community. It includes their assessments and recommendations as well. And then I have reviewed the state's recommendation. The state is recommending that you be held on a bond of $50,000. And if you are able to post that bond, that you be released to pretrial services. Would the state like to be heard further?
Yes, Your Honor. This person is a prohibited possessor, not only out of a 2009 case out of Cook County, Illinois, for which he violated probation.
Cook County?
Looks like he may still have a probation warrant out there. Next, we have a terminated probation for misconduct involving weapons and a prohibited possessor by a prohibited possessor case out of 2019 here in Pima County. Next, we have, he is a 4 out of 3. He's a 4 and a 3, and he is alleged to have taken a gun, pointed at the victim, and then had an accomplice take the victim's car. And then the individual drove off with that car. He has no problem acquiring weapons despite being a prohibited possessor. He has no qualms about pointing a gun and stealing a vehicle. He is a danger to the community, Your Honor, and therefore he's looking at probably mandatory prison time with prior felonies, assaultive behavior, $50,000. This man is a risk to the community and is a flight risk.
Peachy?
Thank you. Defense?
Hey, he took GTA to the next level. He's doing the real GTA. That's definitely a 5-star fella right there. 5 stars all the way. He's no 1 star,
Your Honor,
2
I'm
stars,
asking that you release
5 stars.
Mr. Scott's pretrial services. I understand the state's coming in with a $50,000 bond and, gave us a nice recitation of Mr. Scott's criminal history, which, of course, we all have access to and have read. The issue is here, I think there is a very, there's potential and certainly a quite valid defense of a third party that at this time, just from reading the complaint and, having some information from Mr. Scott, it seems as though, there's going to be more to this story. And so I can certainly understand where the court is coming from, on paper, looking at, some of the things that the state has outlined. I would like to note, though, that, we're looking at 2 priors, one that is evidently at least 13 years old, if not older. And the last one looks like was misconduct involving weapons and possession. So there's some mental health stuff that was at play at the last case. At the end of the day, Your Honor, Mr. Scott here is a father. He is responsible for the financial well-being of his children. He's working full time. He's got a home to go to. It seems as though the alleged victim in this case is not somebody for whom Mr. Scott is very well acquainted with. It seems as though there is a person involved that Mr. Scott knew and that this alleged victim had apparently been having an argument with. But at the end of the day, it doesn't seem as though Mr. Scott's in a position where he lives around or lives with or knows closely the alleged victim here. And so I don't think that he is a danger to this alleged victim. And I don't think he's a danger to the community at large either. He's somebody who, by his own admission, can be relied upon to show up for court and to participate in his case. And he's asking for the opportunity to do that, Your Honor, under the supervision of pretrial services.
Your Honor, the state is at a loss to figure out how defense of a third party justifies the theft at gunpoint of a vehicle.
Great. I'm going to order that you're held on a bond of $10,000. That'll be cash or secured. You'll be released to pretrial services if released. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. Sir, if there are any firearms in your possession when you are released, you must surrender them to local law enforcement. No contact with the alleged victim. Do not go to the incident location. Your next court date is going to be April 25th at 1:30. That's for a preliminary hearing. If you were to fail to appear for any future court dates after being released, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
So I have a- like my car, my BMW, Mustang, it's a 98 that work. All right. Thank you.
All right. While we're waiting for the next person to come up, I am going to call the case of someone who is not able to appear for medical reasons. That is Jorge Antonio Padilla Montano. He has a Nogales Justice Court matter and in another matter as well. In each case, I am going to order that he is released on his promise to appear. and his presence this morning is waived. Next court date is April 29th at 9 a.m. In his Pima County Justice Court case, the next court date is May 12th at 9 a.m. And I'm not going to make any further orders or conditions at this time. Good. All right. I did them both. All right. Good morning, sir. Please state your name.
Richard Barker.
Thank you. Mr. Bacher, you're here this morning on your initial appearance on a few different matters. There are new felony charges of possession of a narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, shoplifting. There are new misdemeanor charges of shoplifting and criminal trespass. And then there is an older case out of Marana City Court from October of 2023 that was in warrant status for shoplifting as well. You have the right to remain silent on all of these matters. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney in the new felony matters, and I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You always have the right to hire counsel of your choice in the misdemeanor matters, and in some circumstances, an attorney may be appointed on your behalf. We're going to talk about your conditions of release today on all of these matters, and it looks like the state is recommending on the new felony charge that you be released to pretrial services, and it looks like you may be eligible for STEPS pre-indictment diversion screening on those new felony charges. The STEPS pre-indictment diversion program does require substance abuse treatment. If you were to be accepted into and then successfully complete that program, it's possible that the state would not go forward with these felony charges. Are you interested in that program?
Yes.
All right, so I will set your case for a STEPS hearing to determine your eligibility. I believe you only get one shot at that, so you want to appear for that hearing. It's on April 22nd at 9 a.m. I am going to release you to pretrial services on your new felony charges. The additional orders are that you submit to any monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services, do not possess or consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and do not possess firearms or weapons. Your next court, usually we have to set the preliminary hearing within 20 days. However, to give time for you to be assessed and hopefully accepted into the STEPS program, would you be willing to waive that to 45 days? All right. So then thank you. Your preliminary hearing date will be May 30th at 1:30 p.m. If you are accepted into the STEPS program, there's a strong likelihood that that hearing will not go forward, so make sure you stay in touch with your attorney from the public defender's office. However, if that hearing does go forward and you fail to appear, a warrant can issue for your arrest. So now we'll move on to the misdemeanors. And let's see. On the new misdemeanors out of Pima County Justice Court, I am going to order that you are released on your promise to appear for your future court date. And you cannot have any contact with the alleged victim. Do not return to the incident location. Your next court date in that case is going to be before Judge Cornejo at Pima County Justice Court. And if you were to fail to appear for that hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. And then finally, we have the failure to appear out of Marana City Court. And because you are getting the chance to do the STEPS program, I don't want the Marana City Court case to interfere with that, so I am going to release you on your promise to appear. But because you have already, a warrant had already been issued for you in that case, I want to make it clear that I fully expect that if you don't appear for that hearing, the court will issue another warrant. So you'd be right back in jail if you don't appear. That case is going to be May 14th at 10 a.m. in Marana City Court. You may not have any contact with the alleged victim. Do not return to the incident location. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Do you understand your conditions of release, sir?
Yes.
Thank you. You're excused. Oh, let me look at them again.
Bill?
You're welcome. I probably hit the wrong button. All right. Please state your name.
Trey Bill.
Mr. Beal, this is the time for your initial appearance on charges of aggravated driving under the influence. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney in this case, and I am appointing the Pima County Public Defender to represent you. We're going to talk about your conditions of release today. And I have reviewed the interim complaint describing the circumstances surrounding your arrest. I have reviewed information provided by pretrial services, which is information that you provided about your ties to the community, anything that could have been verified by a reference. It includes whether you have any previous driving under the influence convictions or felony convictions, and it lets me know what the recommendations and assessments of pretrial services are. I have also reviewed the state's recommendation, and the state is recommending that you be held on a bond of $10,000, and if you are able to post that bond, that you be released to pretrial services. Would the state like to be heard any further?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like the state would like the court to pay special attention to the interim complaint that details how incredibly incapacitatedly drunk this person was, or for the sake of propriety impaired, such that the circumstances to speak to somebody who is so incredibly drunk, but still in a vehicle that was running, that was in drive, and this person, the state's at a loss to know what it's going to take to make this person stop driving from driving drunk short of killing somebody. And the state doesn't want to have to be here when this person eventually does kill somebody, because this sort of constant drunk driving, that's the only end game. $10,000.
$10,000.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. We're going to be asking for release to pretrial services here. The reason for that is Mr. Beal has a home to go to. He lives with his father. He's a full-time employed worker. He has worked today. And so obviously I think we're kind of, the ship has sailed on him missing work today, but he would very much like to return to work, return to home, where his father has already indicated his willingness and ability to ensure that Mr. Beal attends all of his court hearings and provides transportation to and from court to ensure that that happens. So, to address the state's concerns here, again, these are allegations that the state is obligated to prove if it can, and it certainly hasn't yet. And so where we stand today, Your Honor, is we're asking for pretrial services with, whatever drug and alcohol monitoring pretrial services thinks is necessary to ensure that Mr. Beal is not drinking and that he's not driving. And, with those, with those issues under control, with that sort of monitoring in place, then the community is kept safe here. There's no listed victims, so there's no one in particular that the state need to be worried about or the court needs to be worried about. Here it's a question of the safety of the community and his ability to attend hearings and not be a flight risk. He's got a home, he's got a job, he's got family here in town. He's not going anywhere else, Your Honor. And he's more than willing and able to participate with the drug and alcohol monitoring required of him by pretrial services if the court would be so inclined.
Hey, thank you for that. I'll fix
Is
it.
there an amount of bond he feels he can post?
If I may have one moment, Your Honor.
And while he speaks to his client, the state would just
What up, Laura 19?
like to report that while there was no specific victim on this crime, the fact is this person was so impaired, they had to basically pour him out of the vehicle. He was having issues with coordinating balance. He was so drunk that he was not able to stand up straight, couldn't perform any SFSTs or the PBT because he was so incredibly drunk. It's only the defendant's fortunate luck that we're not dealing with somebody who's dead today, because this is not his first arrest for DUI. In fact, it's his fourth.
Fourth?
Thank you.
Dobrowa.
Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, Your Honor. To answer the court's question, the amount that he might be able to pay at this point would be anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 because of his limited financial circumstances at the time.
Boo-hoo. His limited financial. He wasn't concerned with that when he was getting behind the wheel.
A bond of $5,000 cash or secured. If you are able to post that bond, sir, you will be released to the custody of pretrial services. You must submit to any monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs. No firearms or weapons. Sir, I'm ordering that you cannot drive. If you are released, you cannot drive at all. Okay? No driving. All right?
What type of degree? What kind of driving are you speaking of, Judge?
Yeah, I'll get it. That's first.
Your next court date will be April 25th at 1:30 for a preliminary hearing. If you are
is not
in
until
custody,
10:30.
the jail will make you available for that hearing. If you have posted bond and are released, then you will be required to appear. That'll be your responsibility, and if you fail to appear, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You're excused.
Dolly, right. You're next.
Good morning. Please state your name.
Kelsey Dobnoi.
Mr. Benelli, this is the time for your initial appearance. You're here on new felony charges of possession of drug paraphernalia. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. I am appointing the public defender's office to represent you in this case. I have reviewed information from pretrial services as well as the interim complaint and the state's recommendation that you be released to pretrial services. I am inclined to release you to pretrial services. Does anyone need to be heard further?
No. No, Your Honor.
So I will order and
Oh.
is let me just double check here.
Yeah. Your Honor, it seems to be a federal probation hold.
Oh, that's great. This is that one.
So if the court is inclined to, given that he can't be released because of that hold, I would ask for a $50 bond just so that he gets the back time.
Yep, I will order a bond of $50, cash or secured. Pretrial services, if posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial
17
services.
DUIs?
No illegal drugs, no firearms or
What?
weapons.
What the
Your next
what?
court date will be April 25th at 1:30. And
That's an outrage.
I can't see right now if this I should set a steps hearing.
I can make this bond right now.
Just.
Alright, so I'm going to like that bond fixed. Yeah, I'm trying to speed the shit up. I'm not trying to answer all these fucking questions. Yeah, it's just
Great. It looks like there's a possibility of steps eligibility. Would you like me to set a steps hearing?
I just told you I'm trying to get to the course. No.
Okay. All right. Then your next court date is April 25th at 1:30 for preliminary hearing. Thank you. You're excused.
Colin. You know very much. Yeah, right.
Good morning. Please state your name.
Good morning. My name is Colin Bodley.
Mr. Bodley, this is the time for your initial appearance. You were here this morning on charges of disorderly conduct and recklessly displaying a weapon. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney, and I am appointing the public defender to represent you in this case. We're going to talk about your conditions of release this morning, and I have reviewed the interim complaint describing the circumstances surrounding your arrest. I have also reviewed information provided by pretrial services, which lets me know whether you have any previous criminal history.
Which I don't. Right, Your Honor.
It would also let me know if you have any delinquency history. It lets me know if you were able to provide any information about your ties to the community and whether your references were able to verify that information. It also contains their assessments and recommendations. Let's see. And I have also reviewed the state's recommendation. The state is recommending that you be held on a bond of $3,500 and if posted that you be released to pretrial services. Would the state like to be heard any further?
Your Honor, this person was not just engaged in disorderly conduct, he was doing it with a weapon. And the fact is, Your Honor, the court did mention whether or not he had a juvie record, and the answer to that is yes. So it would appear he's also, it may be the case that he's also a prohibited possessor. It's not entirely clear, but that's also a possibility. There's no charge at present, but it is a distinct possibility. And essentially, Your Honor, with his record and that being a violent record, the fact is he's upgrading to being disorderly and violent using a weapon, and therefore the state makes the $3,500 bond recommendation.
Thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, we're asking for release to pretrial services here. Mr. Bodley's a young man. While he has evidently a juvenile record, that's something that is in his past because he's an adult now. He's completed probation. This would be his first felony level offense as an adult. And so I don't believe, absent dangerous nature allegations here, that he would actually be prison only at trial. In fact, I think it'd be the opposite. I think he'd be eligible for probation at trial. And so, here we don't have a listed victim. We've got some conduct that the state has alleged but hasn't proven. And we've got someone who is not a prohibited possessor, not charged as a prohibited possessor, and certainly isn't. Somebody's juvenile record doesn't automatically make them a prohibited possessor, and the state should know that, seeing as they're the ones in charge of charging these cases. And I think that is, in fact, what's been made clear, because there isn't a prohibited possessor charge. And so I would really strongly urge the court to evaluate Mr. Bodley's case and with any initial clearance, with what the charges actually are, not what they may be or possibly could be or perhaps could have been charged as but weren't. And so, under the allegations the state has made, we've got, somebody who has not, victimized a person that the state has identified. They're not a danger to any individual alleged victim there. This is somebody who is a young man who wants to stay. His mother has indicated that she would be more than willing to make sure that he comes to and from his court dates, provide that transportation so he can, remain out checking in with pretrial, participating in his case. This is somebody that doesn't need to be in jail, Your Honor. I think that the supervision of pretrial services is going to be more than sufficient here.
Thank you.
Judge, I would note while defense was speaking, I did log back into pretrial, and one of his juvie charges was indeed ag assault on a peace officer. And since I don't have ready electronic access to his juvie record, there very well may be a prohibited possessor charge coming. I don't know. But at present, he's also got another for theft. So, Your Honor, he's getting quite a start after getting the proverbial clean slate when he hit 18. He's getting quite a start in demonstrating that he is a danger to the community. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to ask both counsel to make sure that they just refer to what's necessary for the case, not refer to each other's arguments, and unless absolutely necessary. And remember that I am able to read all of this information. Okay? So I have a couple of questions for defense. Number one, does the defendant live alone or with other relatives or roommates? And number two, is there a bond he feels he would be able to post?
And she can give me rides to court. And he is living with his girlfriend currently, 5 minutes up the road, and he's just down the street from his family, from his mother, who is, as the court knows, has indicated she's willing to help with transport. As for a bond, we'd be asking for a $500 bond, cash or secured, if the court is going to place a bond. But I would note, Your Honor, we are reiterating our request for pretrial release.
Thank you. So I am going to order a bond of $500 cash or secured. If you are able to post that bond, you'll be released to pretrial services. You must submit to any monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. Sir, if there are any firearms in your home or in your possession when you are released from jail, you must surrender them. You may not possess any firearms,
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date is going to be April 25th. That is at 1:30 in the afternoon for a preliminary hearing. If you fail to appear, a warrant can issue for your arrest, okay?
Okay, how does the bond work? Like, they bring $500? Like,
Yeah, there's a couple of things for them to understand. It can explain to you.
thank you.
You bet.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Cruz, Leonardo?
Please state your name.
Leonardo Cruz.
Mr. Cruz, this is the time for your initial appearance. You are here on felony charges of unlawful use of a means of transportation, tampering with evidence, and aggravated robbery. You have the right to remain silent on those charges. You also, anything you say can and will be used against you. And you have the right to be represented by an attorney. I am appointing the Legal Defender's Office to represent you. We're going to talk about your conditions of release. And then let me look, you've got another. You also have charges regarding watercraft speed restriction out of another county. And it looks like those were in warrant status. So I'm going to come back to those after we deal with the new felony charges. So in preparing to discuss your conditions of release, I have reviewed the interim complaint, which describes the circumstances surrounding the
Hey guys, so I turned on the volume right now because they just restricted my TT account. Unfortunately, I'm gonna go ahead and have to cut the stream because I'm not trying to get my account banned and whatnot. If you guys want to continue watching, I would go ahead and ask you guys to jump on over to our YT stream at Collect Call From. If you can't read the pin right there, just go to my profile. All our social media links are on my profile. My apologies once again. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream. If you guys want to continue watching, just jump on over to my YT. I have a few different streams going on, so you want to hit Maricopa County and Vertical Stop reporting James. Anyhow, hey, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. I'll probably get another TT stream going, but I'm not gonna do it right now because I got too much heat. Both of my streams got hit today. All right, and with that, I'm out.
There's nothing in his background or nothing in his history that indicate he'd be anything but, a compliant supervisee of pretrial services. It sounds like, he's busy, he's working.
Yeah. Oh, not in Tucson, they're in Phoenix.
Gotcha. So he's got family in Arizona. They're up in Phoenix, but I think pretrial services is more than sufficient here, Your Honor. Given his, as what the state has alleged to be significantly lesser involvement in this incident, and given his history, I think pretrial services is a good fit.
Thank you. And you said he moved back to Arizona. Was he in Arizona before Florida?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
And did his family remain in Arizona while he was in Florida?
That's correct.
I am, Mr. Cruz, going to give you one opportunity on pretrial services. You'll be ordered to submit to any monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. I know it's the other person who is alleged to have had a firearm. However, I am ordering that you may not possess any firearms. If when you are released, there are any firearms available to you, you must surrender them to local law enforcement. You may not possess any firearms, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date is going to be April 25th. That's at 1:30 for a preliminary hearing at Pima County Justice Court. You are required to appear at that hearing and all future hearings in your case. If you fail to appear, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. You're excused.
Hold on, how about this one?
It's not always that.
This is a misdemeanor.
Yes. So that's actually, so there's a warrant out of that other county. And I believe when you're released here, you would probably be released to that other county, not just out into the community. Let me double check something real quick.
All right. So, and anybody that's here for the TK, hey, what's up, Jerome? Thank you for coming over. For anybody's interested in the TK, I'm currently working on setting that up, another stream up right now. So just bear with me, and I'll go ahead and get that in due time. That's what I've been working on the sidelines, if you will. I've been working on trying to get this other stream going. Hey, what up, Monica G? Let me see here.
I do stay feeding the testing. I was just a kid. Okay, it depends on the judge. To your attorney about that. That's it. That's why.
Oh, that whispering going on? Knock it off.
That's why. Just gave me. Yeah.
Does the jail have any information about this out-of-county charge? It looks like it came through to the clerk's office as a felony. But
No, it's a misdemeanor, Your Honor. It's a class 2 misdemeanor.
All right. And I'm just waiting to see if I can get a court date for that case.
All right, all right. Let me see. Let's set this thing up over here. What up, Amanda? How's it going? Cowboys. Let me see.
All right.
Amy,
And then
Brendan.
do I need to
Man,
put anything?
thank you guys for jumping on over.
You'll hit it. So I am going to order that you're released on that warrant. In Wickenburg is going to be April 28th at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Okay. If you fail to appear for that court date, they will likely issue another warrant. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're excused. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Good morning. Please state your name.
Roy Kale.
Mr. Kale, this is the time for your initial appearance on a couple of different matters. We have charges out of Tucson City Court that were in warrant status for obstruction or refusal. And then we have new felony charges of possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. Actually, those are from January. And then new charges, charges from 2023 out of Pima County Superior Court for unlawful flight from law enforcement. I think that's everything. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney on the felony charges, and I am appointing the legal defender's office to represent you. You also have counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. I have reviewed information from pretrial services. I have also reviewed the interim complaint on the possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia charges. It looks like you may be eligible for STEPS diversion screening. That is a pre-indictment diversion program that involves substance abuse treatment. If you were to be accepted into that program and then successfully completed, it's possible the state would not go forward with these new felony drug charges. Would you like me to set a STEPS hearing?
Yes, please.
So that'll be on April 22nd at 9 a.m. That will be to determine if you are eligible for the program. You'll also have the chance to speak with an attorney about the program and speak with service providers and pretrial services at that hearing. And it looks like the state is requesting that you be held on a bond of $2,500 on the older charge of unlawful flight from law enforcement, for which a warrant was issued for your arrest after you failed to appear. But they would be okay with you being released to pretrial services on the new drug charges. Would the state like to be heard further?
No, Judge.
Thank you. And defense.
Yes, Your Honor, I'd ask just that he be released to pretrial services in the older matter. The reason being, it just makes sense to have him start the STEPS process. As he's held on one case and not the other one, he won't begin the STEPS proceedings until after he's released in the other case, whenever that may be. So I think the thing to do here, since the state has been willing to offer STEPS in the new case, would be to release him on both so that he can get that ball rolling, get access to treatment, and deal with his cases while he's going through that process.
I will be there.
And so for these reasons, Your Honor, I would just ask that you release him to pretrial as well as on the new case as the old.
Me. So I do have some concerns about your ability to appear for court, sir, and also the danger you yourself were in at the time that you were arrested. Do you have anywhere to go?
I could stay with a friend. I mean, I'll be in court. I promise. I will.
All right.
I'm gonna lose everything.
So I am going to give you one chance to be released on these charges to pretrial services. If you fail to appear, I'm certain a warrant will issue for your arrest, sir, and that the next time the judge will hold you, given the failure to appear. Your court date for steps is going to be April 22nd at 9 a.m. And then for your arraignment in your older case, your court date will be April 22nd at 1:30 p.m. So that's the same day. At 9 a.m., you'll be screened to see if you are eligible for the pre-indictment diversion program, and at 1:30 is your arraignment for the unlawful flight case. You must submit to any monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services. You may not possess or consume alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. And then on the drug charges, same conditions. Your court date for those is going to be 3 days later on April 25th at 1:30 for your preliminary hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And and that's where the steps hearing is as well, not on the other case. And then on your Tucson City Court charge, your next court date is going to be May 15th at 2 o'clock before Judge Hale for a pretrial conference. I'm ordering that you abide by any previously ordered conditions of release.
Okay.
No alcohol or illegal drugs. And if you fail to appear for that court date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. And sir, when you are released, there is a trailer outside the jail. It's called the Transition Center. You may want to go in there to see if they can help you with any resources for places to stay and situations that may make it more likely that you are able to appear for your court dates. You now have 4 different dates in 3 different cases. And I don't want to see you back here next week, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Leon? Let's see your shirt. Yep. Down the steps, far left side.
Good morning. Please state your name.
Nathaniel Leon, ma'am.
Mr. Leon, you're here this morning on charges of theft of means of transportation. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. I am appointing the Legal Defender's Office to represent you. We're going to talk about your conditions of release, and I have reviewed the interim complaint I have also reviewed information provided by pretrial services about you, which includes their assessments and recommendations. It includes any information you may have provided them, and it lets me know whether you have any felony criminal history. I've also reviewed the state's recommendation that you be held on a bond of $10,000, and if you were able to post that bond, that you be released to pretrial services. Would the state like to be heard further?
One moment, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yes, based on this person, we're looking at, there's a warrant, they're on felony probation, and he has priors. I don't see a known residence. Prison time seems likely, if not mandatory. And also looking at the interim in this matter, what I am seeing is, while there was just theft of means charge, it also looks to be this person was also quite indifferent to public safety by tearing through town, and it was just the state's luck that he happened to almost clip a couple of undercovers. 10,000.
Thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, given that we're looking at a probation hold, I would ask for a nominal bond in this case, the court be inclined to impose a, say, $5,000 bond. Something that if he does get the probation case resolved, he might have the opportunity of posting the bond and securing his release in this case. Just realistically, he needs to get the back time on this case if there's a probation hold, and it seems likely that there is. So for these reasons, Your Honor, I would encourage the court to impose a nominal bond if the court is so inclined.
All right, I am going to order a bond of $5,000, cash or secured. If you're able to post that bond and nothing else is holding you, you'll be released to pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Don't drive without a valid license. No firearms or weapons. Do not have any contact with the alleged victim. Do not return to the incident location, so wherever the car is alleged to have been taken from. And contact, if you do not have a probation hold before you are released, then contact your assigned probation officer on the first working day following release from custody. Your next court date will be April 25th at 1:30. That is for a preliminary hearing, and if you fail to appear, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
All right.
Sean? Yes, I meant to tell you that. And then I think I did choose the outfit because it's so good. Counsel, for Mr. Cruz, I think I was supposed to give him the same court date as his co-defendant, and so they're going to change his court date.
Okay.
Take some steps to make sure he understands that.
Well, they've already pulled him out of the room, so that's
okay. Thank you.
so long as the jail tells him and he gets his paperwork, then we should be fine.
All right. Thank you. Please state your name.
First, Rashawn, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Rashawn. This is the time for your initial appearance. You are here today on charges of aggravated assault, causing temporary disfigurement, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, possession of a dangerous drug, possession of a narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, and disorderly conduct with a weapon. These are all felony offenses. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney in these matters, and it is ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. We're going to talk about your conditions of release, and I have reviewed the interim complaint. I have also reviewed information from pretrial services that lets me know if you have any criminal history, what the felony criminal history looks like. If so, it lets me know what information you've provided to pretrial services about your connections to the community, and it also includes their assessments and recommendations. I have also reviewed the state's recommendation, and the state is recommending that you be held on a bond of $50,000 and released to pretrial services if you are able to post that bond. Would the state like to be heard further?
Your Honor, other than it looks like he absolutely sliced open somebody's face. Now, the numbers say a laceration on the left side of cheek of approximately 7 inches, and the wound required 8 exterior stitches and an unknown number of internals. I really hope that that is 7 centimeters, because 8 stitches, this person is going to have permanent disfigurement, not to mention the fact that he re-engaged the victim after the victim tried to get away. She tried to defend herself, the victim, and he also had looks to be upwards of 6 and change grams of meth, as well as some M30s. It's all on surveillance, Your Honor. This person is lucky to be alive, and they're going to go through the rest of their life not only with the psychological damage that this person's attack caused them, but also the fact that, I mean, a 7-inch laceration. This person was essentially, he slashed a new mouth into the side of her face. This is absolutely terrifying. That he was, 1, carrying a knife on the bus, 2, was willing to use it, and 3, opened up her face like this. This is amazing. This is terrifying. 50,000.
Thank you. Defense.
One last thing. He is clearly a danger to society. He is clearly a danger to the victim, and he's also has a documented history of failing to appear. This man is a disaster waiting to happen.
Defense.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand the court is likely looking at imposing a bond here. The issue is Mr. Rochon lives on a, did I say this? Rochon? Yeah. Okay. Mr. Rochon lives on a fixed income. He receives Social Security checks. He's not in a position where he could afford anywhere close to what the state is asking for in terms of a bond. I understand the allegations are serious. It's certainly a difficult position for Mr. Rochon to be in, as well as the alleged victim, obviously. But the fact of the matter is that that 50,000 is far and above his ability to afford. Like I said, this is an elderly man. He's retired. He's living on Social Security. I ask that the court takes that into consideration here and coming to whatever bond number the court arrives at. This is somebody who is of very significantly limited financial means, and I think needs some support out in the community. And so the only way he's going to get that is if he has the opportunity to be released at some later date, either through a bond or revisiting the release conditions. And so, be that as it may, Your Honor, I'd ask for a significantly reduced bond such that he might be able to afford.
I'm going to order that Mr. Rochon is held on a bond of $25,000 cash and secured. If he's able to post, he'll be released to pretrial services. He'll have to submit to monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services. You may not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. You may not possess any firearms or weapons. If there are any firearms in your possession, you must surrender them to local law enforcement. Your next court date is going to be April 25th at 1:30. This for a preliminary hearing. If you fail to appear, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yep. Since 63 years.
Sir, the record shows 20th, 2024 for an arraignment and a warrant issued, and you were arrested and released to pretrial services on a different matter, and then that you failed to appear on May 6th, 2024 and a warrant issued and then was later quashed. All right? You're excused for today. Thank you.
All right. So for anybody that wants to watch the TK trial, I went ahead and dropped the link in the chat.
Yeah.
Just hit it, and it should take you directly over, if you will.
Good morning. Please state your name.
Purple Rose?
Ms. Rhodes, this is the time set for your initial appearance on a couple of different matters. You have new felony charges of arson and endangerment. And then you also have a charge of assault, which was in warrant status out of Tucson City Court. That's a misdemeanor charge.
I'm sorry, I have a charge of assault.
Yes.
Since when?
That's it.
Let's see. I show that this charge is from 2023 and that you did appear in custody on May 13th of 2023. You were released on your promise to appear, and then you did not appear at your next.
That can't be right, considering I was in.
I'll stop you there and say that you have the right to remain silent on all of these charges. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by the legal defender's office to represent you in those matters.
Okay.
I have reviewed the interim complaint, which describes the circumstances of the arrest. Then I am also reviewing, if it will let me, the information provided by pretrial services.
Okay.
Try to start that over again.
Excuse me.
All right, so that did come up, and so that lets me know whether you have any felony criminal history. It lets me know whether you were able to provide information about your ties to the community and such things as that, or any references that you were able to provide, and it lets me know their assessments and recommendations.
Okay.
And then I was also able to review the recommendation from the state. The state is recommending that you be held on a bond of $25,000, and if you are able to post that bond, that you be released to pretrial services.
Thank you for that listening.
And would the state like to be heard further?
Your Honor, this individual, let me pull up this person set fire to her own property, causing $100,000 damage, allegedly, in the apartment building, and put 20 families out of their homes due to damage to the overall building. That's a risk to the community any day of the week, bar none. We have a history here. There is misdemeanor records. We're looking at, given all of the charges, we're looking at an F2, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if there are additional ones, but either way, she doesn't have a residence because it went up in smoke. We're worried about both risk to the community and a flight risk, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, I was good. No, I was just good.
Thank you. Defense, do you need a moment to count?
If I could, Your Honor.
You can take a moment. Make sure to mute.
I can afford that. There's nothing that I have no kind of income.
All right, all right. So my stream is laggy. Sheesh.
Okay,
There's-
Your Honor, I think we're ready. Thank you for giving us that opportunity, by the way. So we're asking for pretrial services release here. I think it's very clear that this was a difficult situation for everybody involved. And I think that what's clear here is that Ms. Rhodes, could probably benefit from, the supervision of pretrial services to make sure that she continues to participate in her case. And one thing that we spoke about is getting access to behavioral health or substance abuse help while she's out on pretrial release. And I think that that's going to be, obviously to her benefit, but it is to the community's benefit as well, because she's going to be someone who is going to have that supervision, have that additional access to resources and services that it sounds like are necessary here so that, she can continue to participate in her case. I will say she's not a flight risk here. She is somebody of limited financial means. She's currently not working and, is dealing with health issues. And so for these reasons, Your Honor, I think that pretrial services is going to be more than sufficient to ensure her cooperation and participation in her case and, keep the community safe as well.
It seems to me that probably some fairly intensive treatment is required for Miss Rhodes, but it also seems to me like there's a very significant danger to both the community and probably to herself if I simply order her release here today.
Can I just say something brief?
Advise against.
Do you think you know what your client wants to say, counsel, or do you want another moment to speak with her?
If we could have just a second.
Behavioral health.
All right. So what Ms. Rhodes and I were just discussing is she's been to Palo Verde before. She's had a really great track record at some of these behavioral health homes that she's been at. She wanted to go to Palo Verde. That's what she wants to do. She wants to get out of Tucson. And so those are, some additional reasons, Your Honor. I think Palo Verde would be a good fit. She knows exactly what she needs to do to seek treatment and seek help, and she wants to take those steps to do that. Problem is she can't do that if she's held in the Pima County Jail. She can't begin that process truly unless and until she's released. And so we're asking that you do that now rather than keep her in and her have to start that process at some later date.
And Your Honor, the state would like to be heard on that point.
Well, I'm not going to order release to pretrial today. I do think that, I need something to be in place a little firmer than this. So I'm going to order a bond of $10,000 cash or secured, release to pretrial services if posted, monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial services, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. I don't know if there's anything left of the apartment building and if anyone's able to go there. I'm going to order that you're not allowed to have any contact with any of the alleged victims and you're not allowed to return to the incident location. If there is an opportunity for you to pick up any belongings that may still be at that location, then you may return one time with a law enforcement escort to retrieve those belongings. You'll take my court order to the nearest police station to do that, if that's a possibility. And your next court date is going to be April 25th at 1:30 in the afternoon. For these charges. And you'll have an opportunity to work with counsel to make other arrangements, if appropriate, and see if the court will approve those at a future date. On your Tucson City Court case, I am going to order a bond of $25 cash or secured, possess or consume no alcohol, commit no acts of domestic violence, no contact with the alleged victim in that case, and that person is Eugene Kennedy. So no.
I don't even remember that.
Right. No contact with Eugene Kennedy. Do not go to his residence or workplace. And I am appointing the City of Tucson Public Defender to represent you in that case. And if you remain in custody, your court date will be April 25th at 1:45. If you are released prior to that, then your next court date for Tucson City Court will be May 12th at 2 p.m. Either way, that's with Judge Maldonado. Okay? If you fail to appear for any court dates after being released, a warrant can issue for your arrest.
What does this mean?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.